Great. So, hola, bienvenidos, bienvenidos.
Hola.
Hola.
Bienvenidos, Mick, Pauline, Pascalina,
Bienvenidos.
and Martin as well to this Spanish taster session. And the first thing we're going to do is look at exactly what the objectives are for this short session. It's going to be a 30-minute session, so we're going to keep it short. Today is miércoles, as you can see at the top, miércoles 15 de septiembre de 2021, and here are our objetivos, nuestros objetivos. So, objetivo número 1, you can see it there, okay? It's basically around experiencing how we do and how we teach languages here, okay? Objetivo número 2, identify basic common traits of the Spanish language. That's going to be in terms of how it looks when spelled in writing and how it sounds differently when spoken. ¿Vale? Y objetivo número 3, to explain cultural differences in selected greetings. There are many different greetings in Spanish. We're going to look at a reduced number of them, and we're going to see how they work slightly different than in English overall. ¿Vale? Are we happy with this? ¿Sí?
Sí.
Yes. Sí.
Perfecto, perfecto. Entonces, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try, I'm going to share my screen, if that's okay. And we have this activity here where we've got a set of words and we need to basically identify which belong to Spanish, español, okay, and which belongs to other languages, otras lenguas, ¿vale? And so basically, we will be dragging them to the left if they belong to español, and we will be dragging them to the right, dragging and dropping them to the right if they belong to otras lenguas, ¿vale? So, is it clear? ¿Está claro what we need to do?
Sí.
Sí.
Perfecto. So, I'm just going to let you suggest which words should go towards the Spanish or which word should go towards the otras lenguas.
Well, gracias is Spanish.
So, gracias is Spanish. Vale. What else? ¿Qué más?
Buenas noches, Spanish.
Buenas noches. At the bottom, yes.
Por favor, Spanish.
Por favor. Muy bien. Muy bien, Pascalina.
Merci is French.
Muy bien, Martin. Merci is French.
Per favore is Italian.
I think so. Per favore es italiano.
È italiano, sì, è italiano.
Not sure about my pronunciation, but willkommen is German or willkommen. I don't know how we pronounce.
Willkommen or willkommen. I'm not sure either. German, Alemán.
Guten Abend is German as well.
Hasta luego, Spanish.
Hasta luego es español, correcto.
Bicicletta è italiano.
We've got a polyglot here.
And aplitar, is it French? Or
Plus
am
tard,
I wrong? Yeah.
sí, es francés. Muy bien, muy bien.
Bienvenido is Spanish.
Oh yeah, we have that.
And we still got a couple more words that belong to the español.
Un momento.
Sí, muy bien, Polly.
Is it one of the two words, like, I don't know how we pronounce bicicleta or something like that? One,
Sí,
because it can, yeah.
sí. But which one?
Okay, that one, the one you're pointing now. I'm saying.
Perfecto. Muy bien. Muy bien. So if we can now check the results on the check button at the bottom right-hand side of the screen, the blue round button, yeah. We'll see. Perfecto. Muy bien. Muy bien. Tenemos la solución correcta. ¿Vale? Let's get back to our PowerPoint. And now we're going to reflect a little bit on what helped us to identify those words and to sort them in the right way, okay? So can we take a few seconds to think what is it that helped us in sorting or arranging them on the right section of the screen?
Well, I knew some of the words in French, in Italian, and in German.
Okay, perfecto, muy bien.
Same for me. I knew some of the words, and also a couple of the words, let's say, looked more Spanish, but it was a bit of a guess as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's maybe the spelling, because Spanish words, you can say them as they're spelled. Other languages, the pronunciation is different. So gracias or gracias, say it exactly as it's written.
Sí. Sí. Es verdad. And when it came to decide whether bicicleta or bicicleta, which one was the Spanish, how did you decide?
The double T is Italian because the consonant is a bit stronger.
Okay, so you sort of identified that double T as a bit of a hint that would sort of give away that looks it more Italian.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of. That was more or less the same for me.
Okay, and how about un momento and un moment, or however it's pronounced in proper French?
Moment.
For me, I knew the French.
Oh, so you knew the French, so that helped.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So these are, as you can see, very, very basic strategies that we use almost without noticing, but they are working already. So that means that we already have, even if we don't have a conscious knowledge of Spanish, but we already have a certain knowledge that will guide us to make the right choice, okay? So if we can now then move forward, we're going to discuss a little bit ¿dónde se habla español? ¿Dónde se habla español? Guys, what do I want to know? What am I saying?
Where do they speak Spanish? Where is Spanish spoken?
Más o menos. Yeah, where Spanish is spoken, ¿vale? So because we are a small group, I think we're good to discuss this as we are here on our main session. Otherwise, we will have to go to smaller chat rooms. But if I give you 2 minutes, do you think we'll be able to get the full list? And you cannot check Google, okay? The full list of countries donde se habla español, okay? Donde se habla español, okay?
Sí.
So, okay. So,
En España.
okay. So I'm going to make a quick note here, although you won't be able to see it. En España, muy bien.
Argentina.
Argentina.
All of South America except for Brazil, I think.
Okay, so Brazil, no. Vale, muy bien.
Brazil is Portuguese, isn't it?
So in Chile.
Chile. Muy bien.
Paraguay.
Paraguay.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Muy bien.
Uruguay.
Uruguay. Muy bien.
Cuba.
Cuba. Muy bien.
Mexico, obviously.
México. Muy bien.
Bolivia.
Bolivia.
Salvador.
Ajá, El Salvador. Okay, guys, at this point, we've only got 30 seconds left. Okay, so we need to press on.
Peru.
Peru.
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Colombia.
Colombia.
Honduras.
Honduras. Are you looking in Google?
No.
He's got an atlas. He's got an atlas in front of him.
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Oh, yeah, good. Can't think that fast.
Have we said Panama?
No.
We didn't. So.
Panama. And I think, guys, we are off time. So you've got 16 16 countries donde se habla español, okay? Donde se habla español. As a matter of fact, there are a few more, and if we click on these, we can see them, okay? So which ones are the ones that you forget to mention?
Dominica.
And
República
Ecuador.
Dominicana, Ecuador,
Guatemala.
Guatemala,
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And there is one that perhaps will strike you as slightly strange, which is Guinea Equatorial. Okay, this country is not in America, is in Africa. Okay, but Spanish still is an official language there as well. Okay, now as you've been mentioning these names of countries, you might have noted that I've been repeating them over you, and I was repeating them in a slightly different way. Okay, so how they sound en español, ¿vale? So this is what we are going to look at now, okay? So that we can be a little bit more aware as to how things that are written the same will sound when spoken out slightly different. So if we can move forward. And this is something we're not going to be able to do with the Annotate tool on Zoom today, okay? So we'll have to just look at how each of these country names that I'm going to present to you are written, Okay, and you probably will have to tell me orally, where do you think, in which letter do you think the difference is? In other words, what letter sounds different? Let's do together one, okay, the first one. So if you click a couple of times on the screen, we'll remove these and we'll have the first item. So I'm going to read it out, and you tell me around what letter you think is the difference, or what letter you think will sound different. ¿Vale?
See?
Okay, let's go then. Argentina. Argentina.
Is it G?
That's
With
the
this-
G.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the sound in Spanish is like who?
Mm-hmm.
And the R sounds different as well. It's a lot stronger in Spanish, I think.
Argentina. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So can we underline the R as well? That's great. Muy bien. I think there's another one, although the difference is a little bit more subtle. Argentina.
Oh,
On the T.
Tina.
Ah, exacto. Exacto. It's Tina. It's not Tina. It's Tina. Perfecto. Perfecto. So we've got the next one here, okay, which I'm going to read out, and you tell me where you think the difference is. Bolivia. Bolivia.
It's on the O. Say the O differently.
Okay. Well, you say bo. We say bo. Muy
I'm
bien.
from Birmingham. I'd say Bolivia.
Bolivia.
Bolivia. No, we say Bolivia, don't we? But Bolivia.
So would you say Bolivia? Or
We'd
would you
probably say Bolivia, more like an
Bolivia.
sound. Bolivia.
Vale. So there is different, there's definitely something going on with that O. And again,
And
there's
something
another.
with the I. Bolivia. Bolivia.
But look towards the end of look at how I pronounce the second half of the word. Bolivia.
oh yeah, there is a B sound.
Oh, yeah. Bolivia. But it's not the as
It's
well.
not
It's the.
it's Bolivia.
Okay, so yeah,
So yes.
yeah.
So and yes, I do agree that there is something around the O as well. Vale. Perfect. So if we can have the next one, please. Okay. Honduras. Honduras. How do you think?
It's the H. We don't see the H in Spanish. We say Honduras.
You would say Honduras.
Okay. Is it anything around N and D? I mean, I don't know. It might be very subtle, or it might think.
Honduras. Honduras.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's on the dur.
Yeah.
that
No.
again?
It's around the
Around
do.
It's the U, isn't it? We would say Honduras. U.
Exacto.
Okay.
Exacto. It's more to do with the U sound and how it's
Okay.
produced. Vale. So if we can have a look at the next one, please. Cuba.
Because we
Cuba.
say, so it's on the C. And the U.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, it's the same thing with the U, isn't it? We say Cuba, it's a U, but you say Cuba.
So yeah, it's definitely around that syllable, but I think it's more to do with the U sound, which usually it's around the U. Okay, so that is the one. Perfecto, muy bien. Let's have a look at the next one.
Oops.
México. México.
Okay, so the X is different.
Mhm.
We don't say.
Muy bien, Pauline. Muy bien. So I would say the way how we pronounce that X, okay, it's a bit of a particular one, but it would be exactly the same as the initial. You remember when I pronounce Argentina and I say Argentina. So this G in Mexico is the same as that G in Argentina. Okay. So as you can see, a bit different. Can we have the last one, please? Venezuela. Venezuela.
Okay, it's V again, which sounds as B.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
It's around the Z as well, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. It's around the Z as well.
Yeah.
Perfecto. Okay, guys. So the whole point of this exercise, obviously, was for you to be able to identify the differences and start getting your heads around the idea that things that are written the same will sound in Spanish slightly different, okay? And I think that's something that we need to keep in mind, ¿vale?
Vale.
Vale. Perfecto. Pues if we can move on. Okay. Right. So again, I'm not sure whether you'll be able to use a chat. There is a chat pane on the right-hand side of your screens. So we are going to look at these 3 ways of greeting someone, okay, which are obviously related to the time of day, ¿vale? And so you might possibly have heard them before. Let's repeat after me, okay? I'm going to read the first one on the gray box, okay? Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Vale, muy bien. Pauline, do you want to do buenos días?
Buenos días.
Muy bien. Let's go for the next one. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Muy
Buenas
bien.
tardes.
Muy bien. Pascalina, buenas tardes. Sí.
Buenas tardes.
Muy bien. And the last one, buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Yes.
Okay, perfecto. So as you can probably imagine, buenos días means good morning. Buenas tardes, good afternoon or good evening. And buenas noches would be good evening or good nights.
Okay.
Vale? And so we need to keep that on mind, okay? That buenas tardes may mean good afternoon, but also good evening. Vale? So what I would like you to do now is to type in the chat the greeting you would use at 4 a.m. Okay, as you can see there.
I don't think we can type.
Uh-huh.
I think it's disabled.
Oh.
Am I right, Martin?
Vale.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think that would be where, if we were broadcasting it live across stuff, people could type into it. Yeah.
I mean,
Pauline,
I just typed. Can you see it?
I can see it. Pauline has said buenos días.
How? Where did...
I exited from the full screen and then the chat pane came up.
I'm there, yeah. But I can't. I click there, but I can't. But I can tell you.
Vale.
Oh, I've got it, yeah.
Oh, no. I've got it.
I've got it,
the
yeah.
private.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a private chat. I saw that.
It's a private chat. See.
Yeah.
Muy bien, Pauline. Muy bien, Mick. Muy bien, Pascalina. Perfecto. Muy bien. You've got it perfectly right. Okay. 4 a.m. Buenos días. Although I must say, I would very seldom find a person who are happy to say to be greeted at 4 a.m. with buenos dias. Okay. But if you are a very, very early bird, then that's fine. Okay. Buenos dias at 4 a.m. Okay. Perfecto. Okay. Can we click on the next one? Okay. Yeah. Let's go for 12 noon.
Okay.
And because 6 a.m. is the same. So we've got here a bit of an argument here, because some people are saying buenos dias, other people are saying buenas tardes. Okay. Now, I can only speak for Spain. Okay, or most specifically continental Spain. This could be different in other Spanish-speaking countries, but in Spain, 12 noon is still buenos dias. The reason being that most people won't have had the lunch yet, ¿vale? So until you, so the morning will expand all the way till your lunchtime, ¿vale? And as you know, we have lunch at a slightly later time as other fellow countries in Europe. ¿Vale? Let's see the next time of day. Can we have the next one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We got that 7 p.m.
Sí. So, buenas tardes, buenas tardes, buenas tardes. Perfecto. Todos estáis pensando. So all of you are right, okay, in saying buenas tardes. Vale. How about 11 p.m.?
I have a question about this one when everybody drops their
Okay,
answers.
vale.
And you say what the correct is.
So, Pauline, Mick correcto, Pauline correcto, and Pascalina correcto. Vale. Coming back to 7 p.m., it is great to see that you've all got it right, that 7 p.m., that nobody has said buenas noches. Okay. I was expecting you to say, or at least some of you to say buenas noches, but everybody said buenas tardes, which is perfectly correct. Okay. And sometimes people, particularly here in England, would refer to 7 p.m. as nighttime, or what are you doing tonight? So that's not the case for Spanish, okay? And
can I ask you a question, Javier? Because we say good night when we say goodbye to somebody in the evening. Is it the same in Spanish? Do you say buenas noches when you say good night, when you say goodbye to somebody?
Sí, perfecto. You can say adiós, buenas noches. You could say adiós, buenas noches. Yeah, when you're leaving somewhere in the evening, you can. It's very nice to say adiós, buenas noches.
But if you meet somebody at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., you will still say buenas tardes. You are not gonna say buenas noches or not. You will
if
say
it's dark, if it's dark already, you would say hola, buenas noches. Yeah, hola, buenas noches.
Okay, even as a hello, not a goodbye.
You can say hola, buenas noches as a hello, or you can say adiós, buenas noches as a farewell. See?
Good to know, because the Greek equivalent you can't say it as a hello. Yeah, it's just for the goodbye. That's why I was wondering.
Vale, muy bien. I think we're running out of time now, and so this exercise, this activity is going to take us some good 5 more minutes. So, guys, are you happy to stay on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
happy.
Yeah.
Perfecto. Muy bien. So this activity is entitled No te líes. No te líes, which means doesn't have anything to do with lies, okay? Nothing to do with lies. No te líes means don't get mixed up, ¿vale? Because I find very often that English native speakers get mixed up with these words, okay? España, español, and españoles, ¿vale? So if you look at the pictures together with the names above each of them, you can tell me then that what is España, the first one, España. What does
The country.
the country? Muy bien. What can be español?
The language.
The language, yes. Or alternatively,
Is that Nadal?
Yeah.
that's Nadal. So it can be
The
yes,
Spanish man.
Espanol.
Of that country.
exactly.
So it is of Spanish, of Spain.
Exactly. The origin, muy bien,
Yeah.
muy bien. Of the nationality or the origin, muy bien. Español. And how about the last one? Españoles.
More than one.
Spanish people.
People, plural.
The Spanish people, okay? As we can see there are some Spanish football fans. Vale, muy bien. So if you want to make a quick note of these before we move on, that España, 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 okay? If I am from Spain, we have to pronounce the initial E, okay? I am from Spain. España, español, español, españoles, okay? You can make a quick note of the meanings of that, okay? Let me know when you're okay for us to move on to the next slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vale,
Okay. For
sí?
me.
Perfecto, muy bien. So now, and again, if there were more people here, we would do this in smaller chat rooms, but because there's only 3 or 4 of us, we can do these as in the main session. So what I want you to do is to complete those prompts with the word that we've seen, okay? And let's go one at a time, okay? And you can tell me, each of you, what you think about it. So number 1, what do you think? Is España, español, or españoles?
Español.
Español, I agree.
Nick?
Number 2, Españoles, because there's 2 of them.
No, sorry. Number 1. We're still on number 1. I want to hear you pronounce that word.
Rafael Nadal is Español. He
Muy
is
bien.
Spanish.
Perfecto. Muy bien. Let's move to number 2. Okay. And can we do then, whoever is ready to answer, please shoot.
Okay. Españoles.
Españoles, I agree.
And Vic?
Yeah, Rafael Nadal and Julio Iglesias are Españoles.
Muy bien, perfecto, correcto. Muy bien. Let's move on to number 3.
España.
España.
Ajá. And Mick?
Yeah, Madrid is in España.
Muy bien. Okay. Right. Número 4.
Español.
Ajá.
Español, I agree.
Mick?
Yeah, I agree with that. Español.
Muy bien.
It's
Okay,
the adjective, isn't it?
Exacto. It's an adjective. In this case, I must say that it should be, speaking properly, it should be española, because paella is as a noun is feminine, okay? But in any case, this is the word that applies. Español, in this case, española with final I. Okay, vale. Número 5.
La siesta is popular with the españoles.
Excuse me. Españoles.
Yeah, and some ingleses as well.
Vale, muy bien. Yeah, it's getting more and more popular. It's such a shame that we cannot charge for it. Ok, perfecto. Número 6.
España.
Ajá.
España,
Ujú.
indeed.
Nick?
I think Mick
Yes, I agree with that. In España, because it's the country.
Ajá, muy bien, perfecto. And I do agree, it's España, perfecto. Número 7.
Oh,
Español.
oh yeah,
Ujú.
español, yeah.
Ajá.
Yeah, because it's the language.
It's the language.
Exacto, español. Muy bien, correcto. Número 8.
The español.
Ajá.
Español.
Do you agree, Mick?
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
So then
Español.
that's español. Muy bien, perfecto. Número 9. Don Quijote de la Mancha.
Is a novel written in español.
Español.
The
Ajá.
language.
Vale, muy bien. Correcto, español. And número 10.
España.
España.
España. Es correcto, muy bien. Perfecto, chicos. So I think we are getting to the end of the session. We can skip this one because those are the answers, okay? And you've done perfectly well. You've done this really, really well, okay? And so we've got a little bit of question time that you guys and of course the people who are joining us on social media can take to ask any questions related to the lessons, if they are interested in knowing and finding out more about how we teach languages here at Brasshouse.